Hey guys, Faosak here again. And so here we are. I also, while I was at it, wanted to tell you guys that I've been noticing that less and less people have been watching my, questions on doll topic videos. So at this point, I've decided to not, make, the doll, I'll say the doll topic comment videos as much. And they're going to be a bit more sparse. So I will be making them. It's just that they're a little more, they're not going to be as often as all because, like I said, like people just haven't really been watching them like they used to. So with that being said, oh, what's the first one I can think of? And this is just at the top of my head that I'm picking up of this stuff. I mean, I've had a lot of strange questions been asked to me. I mean, probably the first one that comes up to me, and actually was probably one of my first really weird questions in the past, was like this guy. You could tell he was out of country, kind of Arabic or something, kind of guy, kind of a farmer. Because I did look at his channel, and I saw that he was like some kind of Arabic farmer, off in some different country somewhere. And he just came up to me and asked me, just this really, really weird question like, if I would ever like let my siblings or like or like if I had like a child or something of my own, that would I let like my child have sex with my love doll, and just things like, what would I let my child have like a ton of sex dolls and all that. And there's maybe a little more to it than that, but that's basically what he was asking. And of course, one of the people, when I made a video about it, which I deleted not too long ago because I didn't really think I needed it anymore, one person kind of stated to me, like, I think he was thinking that that person was giving me shit for asking me that question. And, I told him, yeah, I mean, I thought he was giving me shit too when he was asking me that question. But he actually wasn't. He was actually serious. By the way he was sending his message to me, like he was legitimately serious when he was asking me the question of would I ever let my son have sex with my sex doll, and as long as he would clean up properly or something like that. And I of course told him, well, no, I would not let my son, if I had one, or a sibling, somebody related to me. In fact, I really don't care to have people have sex with my love doll, really, because that's kind of unsanitary. I mean, not that you can't do that, but I mean, after you do something like that, you've really got to clean that doll after that. But and even if you do that, if the person has diseases, like some of the really bad diseases, like the clap or whatever you want to call it, like, I mean, you can still get that disease if somebody has sex with your love doll and they have it. It's kind of unsanitary to do that, even if you properly clean it. So of course my answer to him was fuck no. Although as far as like how many love dolls would I let my son have or sibling have, I told him that as long as they kept it appropriate, like if they had enough space to have the amount of dolls that they had, it's okay. Just as long as they put them up or something. As long as you have the space, you can have like 5 love dolls and it doesn't matter to me. But, of course, I'm not going to judge on people that have like 300 love dolls, because there have been people that are like that. And the next question that I thought was really strange, it was on my video for like, my unboxing story of my real doll. And this one guy asked me like what kind of Phillips screwdriver he had to use. And I just thought that was so weird because it's like, okay, you know how to use a Phillips screwdriver, but you see, the reason why I thought that was kind of a weird question is because this is something that he probably could have figured out himself. You know what I mean? While he was at it, because when you ask me a question, and I'm sure that you know this, I'm not always there to answer your question, which is part of the reason why recently I've been answering questions while on the go on my cell phone recently, instead of just doing it on my laptop here most of the time. Because I'm not always going to be there to answer your question, for one. If this is something that if you need like a question answered right away, I'm not always going to be there. I could be at work. I could be doing something with my brother. I could be doing something with my family. I'm not always there. I try to be there when I can, at least, like later in the day, but I'm not always there. And two, yeah, again, like, why do you need to ask me that question? I mean, I answered this question. I told him that I used a T-handle when I did mine. With my Phillips screwdriver kind of deal, I used a T-handle to get those screws out. But that he could also use a drill. But, you don't need to be asking me that kind of question. It's just kind of like, do I use a spoon to spread the peanut butter on my bread, or do I use the it's or do I use the butter knife to spread it? I mean, I just feel like that's the kind of question that he was asking me. Basically, it was kind of a silly question. So again, I will always try to answer your guys' questions, but just sometimes you probably don't need me to answer your questions like that. And what's another one? God, there was another one, but I think I'm forgetting it at the moment. Excuse me. I cannot wait for this coughing to stop. It's been going on since early this year. And I'm not even sick. It's a funny thing. But man, I get tons of weird questions sometimes. Yeah, but that's just life sometimes. When you have a channel like mine and people expect you to answer their questions, you're always going to get some weird questions. What can I say? Oh man. Anyway, one weird thing though that I do see people tend to do is that excuse me again. I notice a lot of people, they tend to like put comments on my videos without even watching the videos. For instance, one of the most common like comments that I tend to get, especially in the past, with my, silicone versus TPE videos, especially, I will literally just see people post shit like, oh, like TPE is better than silicone, and they probably haven't even watched the video. And, I'm just looking at my, two love dolls, and I'm thinking, like, what? And then I get another comment of like, oh, like TPE is more detailed than silicone and blah blah blah. And then I just thought that was so weird, that people are like this sometimes on my channel. And they've even stated shit like, oh, WM dolls is more detailed than real doll. I'll even get comments like that, which I know it's probably a community thing sometimes, but sometimes I just think it's a little off because I'm just looking at my two ladies. I don't have my TPE doll anymore, obviously. But back then, when I would look at them both, I'd look at even on like the video that I posted, it's very clear that the real doll is more detailed than the WM TPE doll that I had. It's just, was it like 2 to 3 times more detailed than that WM doll ever was? Jesus. And then I would still get comments from just random people sometimes stating shit like that. And I always just thought that was so weird, is all of the people that post comments without even watching my videos. It's just weird. And then I have to be in defense of silicone sometimes saying, hey, what the heck are you talking about? But anyway, I guess I'll just end the video right there. I mean, there's like a ton of weird comments I've gone over time, but I would say those are among the weirdest things that I've seen over time. It's just comments like that. But anyway, if you have more questions and comments, just lay them down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.